as you know, part of successful stress management, effective stress management, is being strong and healthy and resilient. And today I want to talk to you about sitting, especially sitting too much. We are a seated society, essentially. We sit a lot. We sit during our commutes, generally to and from work. Most people sit at work, or at least a good part of the day, if not the whole day. We come home maybe to relax. We sit down to do whatever, whether that's watching TV or reading a book. We're sitting down. So essentially, all this sitting has contributed to our lifestyles being very sedentary, much more so than is healthy for us. So today I want to invite you to pay attention to how much sitting you're doing. And when it comes to work, maybe your job is such that you have to sit. And while some people have tried the new desks that allow you to stand and do your computer work, or they also allow you to change from standing to sitting, so you can make a selection as you need to stand or to sit. But generally speaking, we still do too much sitting, and we're too sedentary in our lifestyles. So today I invite you to assess your own experiences as you go through the day, because unless we stop and consciously assess what's happening with us, it's all too easy to make all kinds of assumptions. And many times those assumptions aren't exactly correct. So you may be thinking, no, I don't sit that much, but it isn't until you actually take some time to assess how much sitting you do, and you realize how much more prevalent sitting is in your day and in your life than maybe you have even realized. So what's the answer? What's the anti-sitting? Well, that would be standing, that would be moving, that would be getting up on a regular basis. And look, I understand that there are jobs where you just have to sit a lot, but there are things you can do. You can get up, let's say every hour, go to use the bathroom, go get a glass of water, go for a walk around the office, maybe circle the building, do something where you are not constantly sitting without a break. It's terrible for your body to just sit there endlessly. If you don't have back pain yet from that, you probably will in the future. It's bad for your eyesight to sit and stare at a computer screen all day. So when you get up to give your body a break from sitting, you're also going to give your eyes a break from staring at a computer all day. So there are so many benefits that come with breaking that habit, if you will. I call it a habit, but sometimes it's a necessity, right? From breaking that behavior of sitting too much. And then there's the whole world outside of work. Yes, I get it. Most people work for a living, and a lot of people sit for work. But what happens when you leave work? What happens when you're done? Well, you're probably driving home, just like you drove to work, or maybe you're taking public transportation, and most of the time you sit there. Sometimes you have to stand, but most of the time you're looking for that seat, right? So we do more sitting. When you get home, what happens? Whether your life is super busy outside of the workplace, or maybe even if it's more relaxed, how much sitting do you do? If your lifestyle is more relaxed, maybe you come home and do what you need to do, prepare a meal, whatever, but you sit down and have a proper meal, as you should. But then does the sitting continue? Do you sit as you relax after work? Do you do a lot of sitting until you go to bed that night? If your lifestyle outside of work is super busy, maybe you have a lot of running around to do, maybe you have a family to take care of, are you doing a lot of sitting, running the kids to and from different activities? You're sitting in your car, you're sitting as you're waiting for them, you're sitting as you're watching their games or their performances, whatever the case may be. Think about how much sitting are you doing? Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're not sitting too much. So what could you do instead? Well, again, the anti-sitting is the standing, is the walking, is the moving around. So what can you do to switch that existence of too much sitting, whether it's at work, whether it's outside of work? What can you do to change that up, to break up the monotony of sitting? And look, I get it. I'm not asking you to stand while you're driving. That would be silly, not to mention dangerous. But what I am saying is that once you get to your destination, can you stand? Can you walk around? Can you pace as an option, or at least for part of the time? So those are some foods for thought ideas here, how you can change the existence of too much sitting into one that is consciously and purposely and intentionally getting more standing and walking and moving around incorporated into your day. Give it a try. You don't have to run a marathon on day one, but you do have to consciously do something about sitting too much. And take little breaks, incorporate movement into your day, whether it's time at the gym or playing with your pets or your children or going for a walk or standing up regularly, whatever that is. It's up to you to take care of yourself, and part of taking care of yourself is making sure you're not sitting too much during the day. So take the ideas that I've given you, come up with some things on your own, and make sure that you cut down on how much you sit. Even if you're watching TV, you can do that while standing up, while doing jumping jacks, while jumping rope, whatever, while doing sit-ups. So your imagination is your best friend here. I truly, truly want you to give that a try. Don't just sit there just because sitting is the easiest thing to do, or sitting is what you've always done. Take this opportunity, take this video as a wake-up call, as a reminder to make something different happen, and make sitting something that you do less of, and moving something that you do more of. So as you go on with your week, I hope that you take the suggestions here, come up with some more ideas on your own, and make movement the prevalent way of being, rather than sitting the prevalent way of being throughout your day. If you'd like to learn more about a comprehensive approach to stress management, check out the link below.